And welcome once again to the Shadow Gallery. I am, as always, your host, James Donnelly, and this is basically what we're looking at here. Is a short time ago on one of my other vlogs, I had commented about Tim Burton's shit awful Batman film. One of my subscribers and commentators, Hellas for Blogs. I don't know your real name. I don't know if you're male or female. I just don't know. But I know that you kind of were asking the question as if, wait, do you mean you really hate it, or are you just kidding? And my reply to that got some attention over at Facebook as well, because I have the two accounts linked, and that provoked some conversation there. And you know what? I said, fuck it, I'm going to vlog about it. I actually already did this video once, but YouTube won't let me put it up because the first one was too long. It was too long by about 40 seconds, so it passed that 15-minute threshold, which is fucking stupid, but, you know, whatever. So, 1989, I remember that summer very well, because the whole year, all I was doing was waiting for two films, really. I was waiting for Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, which came out late May, May 29th, I believe, or something to that effect. And Batman, that was coming out June 23rd. I went out. I bought the novelization to the film. I bought the the comic book adaptation of the film. I saw the film opening day. I saw it the next week. In two different states, I saw it. Only just because I happened to be there the following week. I saw it once more in theaters. It was actually still in theaters by the time it came to video cassette, which was pretty much unheard of at that time. So to have a film out so long, I mean, if you think about it now, I mean, to have a film out so long that it's actually still in theaters by the time that it reaches video, when the video turnaround date was, I mean, that was June. The film came out on video November 5th, I want to say, of '89. So, I mean, you're looking at, you know, June, July, August, September, October. You know, we're looking at 6 months. You know, a film is usually in theaters about 3 to 4 months by the time that it's already out on video, unless it is hugely successful. And even then, still, we're looking at about, you know, maybe 5 months, 5.5 months max. So, anyway, I remember sitting in that theater. It was 10 o'clock. 10 p.m. was the starting time that I went to go see it. The theater was packed. They were still trying to fill seats at about 10:15. We had to wait for the film to begin. The credits came up. Danny Elfman's theme started rolling out. I remember the whole audience kind of laughing when it said "songs by Prince." I think people still do laugh when they see that. And then the film starts out. Okay, so what's the first thing that you remember Batman doing? You'll probably say, yeah, well, it's holding that guy out over the ledge and saying, "I'm Batman," you know. But the first thing you see, okay, the two dudes have just ripped off the guy, you know, just ripped off that family. They're arguing on the rooftop about whether or not they should have done this because they've heard about the bat. That apparently he's killed people, he's killed criminals, I should say. And lo and behold, down comes Batman, being lowered very slowly, you know, with his, you know, cape outstretched and the dowel rods he's got, you know, holding it together. And he slowly walks over to these guys, and what is the first thing that happens to Batman? not he starts just pummeling the living shit out of these guys. He gets shot twice, if memory serves. And he goes down. And, you know, of course, the spooky part is he gets back up. And I guess that's to, you know, make us believe that, you know, or to make the, you know, the criminals believe that he's this kind of, you know, unkillable, you know, phantom, and that, you know, he's, you know, he will only, you know, that's, you know, you can't kill him. When he gets up, he promptly kicks one guy about 30 feet through a hardwood door, and then grabs the other guy. Like, don't kill me, man. And that's where you get the "I'm Batman." And then you get again, you know, you get Jack Napier, you know, the Joker. You know, or I should say Jack Nicholson playing Jack Napier. And he's this he's already a pretty psychotic thug. And then there's, you know, you got Harvey Dent, who's running for district attorney, played by Billy D. Williams. It's fine if, you know, because obviously, I mean, first of all, this is such a departure from Batman of the comics. It's because this is not, you know, it's not like Chris Nolan made an adaptation of Batman that was his own singular vision. He took well-established and extremely well-done mythology and employed it into a great film in Batman Begins, and also, again, in Dark Knight. Tim Burton took a character that was known by millions throughout the world and did his own interpretation of, well, this is what I think Batman would be like, as opposed to, well, this is what Batman is. This is why he's beloved by people all around the world. It didn't stop the audiences from coming to see it, unfortunately, but again, this is Tim Burton's interpretation of a character, much like he's done with just about all of your childhood, you know, books, novels, films. In my opinion, he's only done 2 extremely watchable films and enjoyable films in his whole career. There was Pee-wee's Big Adventure, his first film, and Sleepy Hollow. Both of those I thought were very entertaining and very watchable. But everything other than that is either garbage, almost garbage, or barely watchable at you know, and that's the highest compliment I can give it. Okay, and then you've got, you know, Vicky Vale, you've got Alexander Knox, who actually calls Batman's creator a dick. You know, he says, yeah, what a dick. And then he's referenced, you know, that's Bob Kane there. You don't call Bob Kane a dick under any circumstances, even if he is being one. You know, you got, you know, Batman, you know, Bruce Wayne essentially date raping Vicky Vale. You know, he can't sleep, so he grabs the inversion boots and he hangs upside down like a bat. Which I just thought was like, oh my god, I mean, even that at that point in time, I'm like, that's fucking stupid. Why would he do that? Because we want him to think, well, since he is a bat, he sleeps like a bat. And Bruce Wayne is a social retard in all these films. I'm not saying that to be, you know, I'm not using that word to, I mean, he really does seem to be socially retarded. He has no clue how to interact with other people. And that's just not his persona when he's being Bruce Wayne, the Bruce Wayne, you know, when he's being, you know, the kind of Bruce Wayne persona. It's also when he's being just himself. He has no idea how to really interact. Then you get these ridiculous pseudo action sequences. He's blowing people away. He's blowing people up. He's dropping into vats. Jack Nicholson becomes the Joker, and he's barely a little bit crazier than he was before. He makes the gas, the Smilex gas. Starts using it throughout the city. There are Joker-esque moments in the film, but he is not the Joker. Again, this is an interpretation of that character. The two moments that I thought he was the Joker were the Joy Buzzer sequence. I thought, okay, well that's very Joker-esque. Also the acid squirting flower, that's very Joker-esque. And when he asks Bob the Goon for his gun, and then he shoots Bob the Goon. But this, the sequence with the bat wing, it looks very cheap. It is very cheap. There's a lot of bad action matching in the film. There is, and it's got missiles and Gatling guns, and at the parade sequence, he is blowing criminals away left and right. He tries to blow up the Joker. The Joker pulls out that 6-foot-long barrel gun, also kind of Joker-esque, but really, I don't think so. And then there's the bell tower. Batman has no physicality. He walks around like RoboCop, and that's it's a heavy suit, and I can understand that. But I mean, come on, give him some skills. There's a moment where in that last kind of fight moment, he's got the ball punch thing that extends out from his hand, where apparently the only reason for that being there is if anybody ever jumped at him with knives attached to their feet and they're screaming, and then he's got this thing that basically comes up and hits them in the balls. That's all that it's designed to do. And then the fist fight after that with the one big guy, where Batman literally has about 5 seconds to react before the guy starts punching him again. Just so that he can do the big, legs around the neck thing, and then throw him down. So again, another kill. Batman doesn't kill. It's not that he just doesn't use a gun, he doesn't kill. He doesn't do that. But again, we're talking about an interpretation of a character by a singularly twisted individual. Basically, Burton's idea was, Batman's a freak. Batman is a freak. It's all the characters are freaks. Batman's a freak. So we're just gonna make this a big fucking fat freak show, and we're gonna portray him as being, this absolute idiot. He has zero charm, zero likability when he's outside of when he's not being Batman, and when he is Batman, he's incredibly boring. There's no life to him. It's just, he's very strong, but he has zero flexibility. He can't move. It's just, everything is wrong with that film, which is why I say 1989's Tim Burton Batman, by the time I was 16, I had already learned to hate this film. So I'm sure that if this gets any response whatsoever, because I think it will, because I'm going to title it "Why Tim Burton's Batman Sucks." Because, just look at it. Really, take the film out again and look at it. Take a good, long look at it and say to yourself, is this Batman? Don't even try and compare it with Chris Nolan's stuff, okay? Just look at it for what it is as a Batman motion picture. Because I loved it when I was 14 years old, because it was just cool to see live-action Batman walking around and, doing stuff. There's some cool shots, but other than that, garbage. Absolute and utter garbage. Every performance, all the casting, it just sucked. So fire away, people. I want to hear what you think. if I'm right, if I'm wrong. ComicsAlliance.com also did some really good stuff on this. Anyway, we'll close on 15 minutes. Wrapping it up. Like it, dislike it, comment, subscribe. We'll see you later.